Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Bitachon, Shiur number 3. The first year was introductory Shiur on Bitachon. We mentioned that a person has to come in without preconceived notions and just try to study the topic, see how the Rishonim, Achronim, early authorities, more recent authorities deal with it and see what they have to say and what their sources are. Shiur number 2, we spoke about the Chazon Ish, where Chazon Ish writes that people have a distorted idea of what Bitachon is. They think that Bitachon means that if I have enough faith and belief in a certain outcome, then it will happen. So I'm sick, I'm not well. If I have Bitachon, then we're going to get better, then I will get better. I'm financial crunch. If I have belief, Bitachon, that I will get out of it, then I will get out of it. Chazon Ish says if you did not receive a prophecy that you were going to get out of your financial crunch or your medical issue, whatever it may be, or shalom bias issues, if you didn't have a prophecy telling you that, how do you know you're going to get better? And bitachon will not create that result necessarily. That's Chazon Ish's opinion, and we're going to see in the future shiurim that is not the only opinion on the matter. But there's another point we need to make regarding removing preconceived notions when we approach the topic of bitachon. To go ahead and have faith that Hashem is going to protect me, or have faith that Hashem could protect me, we first have to ask something else. Wait a second. Do I even merit divine providence, hashgacha pratius, to even have the audacity to say that, yes, God will protect me, or maybe he'll protect me, maybe not. Maybe I'm not even under God's hashgacha to even begin such a question. So this gets into a very, very delicate topic. Many of the Rishonim, the early authorities, the Guide to Perplexed, Radak, Sadi Gaon Kuzari, and many others, right? That in order to merit divine providence, you don't simply exist. It doesn't come along with your birth certificate. Rather, you need to earn divine providence. You live close to God, God will be close to you. You are away from God, God will be away from you. Rambam in Guide to Perplexed, Book 3, 17, Book 3, Chapter 51. Ramban, commentary on Eov, Ramban Breshit, Chapter 17, Pasuk 18. There are so many sources. Kuzari, several times, Sadigon. And these Rishonim talk about what? Mikra, accidents. That if a person is not under divine providence, because he lives away from God, so he's not connected to God, God's not connected to him, then he can have an accident that was not preordained, it was not set up by God. This is an unbelievable concept. It is a novel idea. It is very much against the thinking of the last few centuries. There has been a shift away from this, which needs much analysis. And in Mitzvah Hashem, we will analyze this in future shiurim. But I'm talking specific regarding bitachon, that when you analyze bitachon, that if I have certain bitachon, faith in Hashem, then this outcome may happen, and that outcome may happen. Wait a second. I'm not under God's hashgacha, maybe. How can I even think of an outcome? You're right that this is not a simple connection. Therefore, once again, when we analyze the sources of bitachon, we must come in my opinion, with a clean slate and let each rabbi, Rishon, Achron, whoever it is, speak for himself. And if we come in with the preconceived notions of those Rishonim that maintain, that's it. Who even knows if I'm under the hashgacha that I deserve divine providence, it's going to be hard to see what rabbis are writing about bitachon. So we need to look at each rabbi and what he has to say about bitachon. And wait a second, but maybe I don't have divine providence. Yeah, good question. So maybe the same rabbis that may have a very assertive position on bitachon also maintain that more people under hashgacha than those Rishonim hold by. Or maybe those same Rishonim who say the person made a bad hashgacha might have some interesting ideas of bitachon. So we need to work those ideas together. But for now, Mitzvah Hashem, in the next few shiurim on bitachon, we analyze Rabbeinu Yonah on Mishlei. We have to just come in with a clean slate and see what Rabbeinu Yonah has to say on this topic and see what everyone has to say on this topic. How do we synthesize some of those ideas with some of the Rishonim who limit divine providence to those who really work at a connection with God? Yetz Hashem, we're going to analyze that as well. Shalom.